2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Seattle.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. First carry here for Ken Walker.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Play action. It's Darnold.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards for number 11.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Darnold. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go.
Here's Darnold.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line.
That's another Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
Now it's Darnold.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10.
Darnold from the gun.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Darnold.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Back to throw, Darnold. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In motion comes the tight end left. Now Darnold.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with the football. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
To the right side, incomplete to Atwell.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And the ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now off the bootleg, Darnold.
Throwing a line to Walker.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Smith and Jigba with the ground.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away.
Xavier Smith deep for L.A.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
First run now for Kyron Williams.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 10 yards.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Los Angeles.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. In motion right is Smith. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead of give up the middle to Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 4th down, Stafford. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
First down, Rams.
So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He hits Adams complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there at 22.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Touchdown! Kobe Parkinson from 3 yards out. And the Rams have taken the lead.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, I give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Point after here coming up.
For the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Rams 7.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9.
Darnold now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Running left is Walker.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll get this one to Cobb, complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something to be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold.
Smith and Jigba hauling it in on the out route.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 3rd down.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 9.
Back to throw here.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for them and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. Stafford going to be taken in here by McCool. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9.
Now Stafford. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Stafford now to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. 58 yards.
And the Rams are able to add on to that lead.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8.
14. Seahawks.
The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Darnold. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
And now at this point in the first half, you got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Here's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 50-yard line.
Second and a couple.
From the 50, it's Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 37. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Darnold from the gun.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards for number 11.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
A 35-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. They couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play.
So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. A beautiful fake. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
And it's third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
To throw is Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line.
And the Rams, first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And room there to work it inside the 25. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. from the 24 now. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
That's another Rams 1st down. A pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Harrison Rivas on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Faking the give, Darnold. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw is Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
From the gun, it's Walker. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to Walker on first down. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing, the team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
Yeah, in the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith.
Stafford's pass complete to number 19. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Stafford.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he slides to avoid the hit. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw, Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Stafford.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now, they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? It's getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Darnold now to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Now Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Darnold. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And some room to maneuver. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now it's Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Throwing is Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Colby Parkinson, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Rams have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, it's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here's Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Smith and Jigba holding it in on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
That's another Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner.
Well, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. To the air again, Darnold. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Back to throw, Darnold. He'll try and do this himself.
And he is in for a Seattle touchdown.
Sam Darnold taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
Jason Myers.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 8. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Stafford now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Stafford. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
The Rams on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. In motion, the tight end. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they take a knee. Second and 11 now. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. So the LA Rams with a victory here. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.